It's strange that the New Testament tells us to hold on to the traditions. And when Orthodox Christians, well, they're supposed to anyway, when they greet each other, and even parting from each other, they say, Christ is in our midst, and the reply is, He is never shall be. Now that does change through the year, as you go through different liturgical calendars, but okay, so what's wrong with that, with saying that? Like, I mean, that, I don't get that. That seems natural, like that the King James onlyist and the fundamentalist, like, that just seems like a beautiful thing. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, what? I don't see what evil or what antichrist power is hanging over that one. And then you start looking to all the other things, and it's the, you know, it may be the world that's hostile. It's not God. It's hatred and violence and hardship and suffering and all this stuff. I don't know. The constant fracturing and facturing of Christianity, how that possibly could be a good thing, seems just odd. But that's, I guess that's what you have. What happens when everything gets cut. It's like a dark ages almost. Because I mean, there's a lot of people out there that sincerely believe in God or sincerely pray to God. This is my thing with, if you, I mean, I don't know. It's just odd that that would be rejected and fiercely rejected, or not even just not practiced by, you know, if you say, oh, here's a tradition that, you know, is like extremely early, icons, all this stuff, which can be found in Christianity. I would even, I mean, before people, like atheists, if I would ask them, like, before they have a, you know, this opinion where they're gonna, you know, really dig in, you know, okay, read what is historical. Where's the earliest historical part of Christianity? Start looking into that, and then look at it through how it's gone through the ages, how it's expressed itself. And what it's been treated like. I mean, I think it's funny when people would deny Roman. Oh no, there was no Roman persecution of Christians. It was very small, and this. It's like, what on earth? I mean, there was no. I mean, out of all the land that became Christian, it wasn't. Christianity didn't conquer the empire with a sword. It conquered it with belief. In fact, it fell victim many times. And whenever Christianity's gone, well, it doesn't go violent. I mean, if people pick up swords and start killing each other, uh, there's no. I mean, you can't find that in any of the teachings. It's supposed to be love each other, be peaceful. I mean, I talk about, you know, in extreme cases when people won't even like defend their family or something. But I don't know. The Christian answer to everything in the world is basically love. God is love. And the reflection of that, I think even debating this Muslim might be the wrong approach. I mean, I should just appeal straight to his conscience. I'm like, do you believe that everyone should become Muslim or die? Is that how God wants you to reveal his message, or is it one out of love? And if right now if love were the main, I mean, Christianity would be taking over the whole world, but you have these aberrant forms, and it's, I don't know, it's just strange. And after listening to about a lot of this stuff, it's almost as if it's like a different God. I mean, why can't people just be Christian and not Protestant? Like, when I say Protestant, I mean the fractured and broken sects that have then gone to, I mean, they've all degraded from their base forms. You have Bishop Shelby Spawn. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's strange. You look at, Joyce Myers of the world, the John Hagees, and it's like the stuff that they say is prosperity gospel, and people who don't even believe in the prosperity gospel like look at that and be like, oh, but when they say this and that, it's fine, but it's just odd. I don't know. And I even encountered that at a liturgical church, a liturgical Western church. But I guess there is no such thing as, I mean, because it's a really watered down version of what was being practiced forever. It's strange that there's nothing, that the active community has nothing to say. It's the text that they use looked out of context, and I mean, there's a Gnostic trying to argue like the canon is foolish, and I mean, that's almost it. But I would argue if you break down that, if you say you have to look at the Christian church, well, I guess he wouldn't say the Christian church. I don't think he thinks it exists. This is what I find to be the most Protestant thing, is that the church could not have, it's an impossibility that it survived. Like that there was no, I don't know, you have to believe, I don't know, I would think that it's almost you believe like they dropped the ball at some point, coming from that perspective. I think I'm especially hard on the converts too. I mean, I think that's one of the things that when people who come to Orthodoxy, when they hear Christians greeting each other as Christ in our midst, and their response, He is and never shall be, when you have that, like, I mean, these are the people who truly fell in love with it. They weren't, it's not some ethnic identity, it's not, I mean, it's weird, I find almost, there's the people who come and then they leave, and it's just so heartbreaking to see that. But go into like odd things like Buddhism, or it's strange. Or they'll go off on these toll houses, or they'll blend it with it. Uh, that's why it's almost weary of conversion, because it's like, okay, you dive into to the Philokalia, and then you get the toll house is a huge prayer rope. I mean, you're going to St. Anthony's monasteries all the time. It's like, I don't know. The parish is where Orthodoxy is. It's in your community right there. And when I went to the Orthodox Church, it was people desiring to worship God. I did not necessarily get along with everyone there, but you found, it's a welcome, peaceful place. Nobody, I don't know. I think that's how all churches should be treated. And there was a sense of, this is a special place. This is where the Christians meet to worship God. This is, which is what it was. I mean, it started out as that, for from the persecution, and then even on through that, and somehow that got lost. There's just anybody. I'm just anybody off the street, as if Christianity doesn't affect and form your lives. And I think people search for that, and when the converts see that, and when they see even just people greeting each other, Christ our mercy is never shall be, that's, I think that's the beauty to them. I don't think Protestants even know about that. It's funny, they criticize us, and it always seems like through the lens of the Catholic faith, which I don't see us even physically. Like, if you go to, if you walk through the doors of the church, it didn't look like a Catholic church to me. It looked like something totally different. I mean, I've been to many modern Roman Catholic churches. They're not, the worship is totally different, the style, everything's different. They don't have any of that. It's not, it's strange, but then, yeah, I don't know. Just me being too tired and, I don't know, I guess confused about stuff. Alright, take it easy. I'm going to sleep. Orthodox Christians, well, they're supposed to anyway, when they greet each other, and even parting from each other, they say, Christ is in our midst, and the reply is, He is never shall be. Like, what, I don't see what evil or what antichrist power is hanging over that one. And then you start looking to all the other things, and that does change through the year, as you go through different liturgical calendars. But okay, so what's wrong with that? With saying that, like, I mean, that I don't get that. That seems natural, like that. The King James onlyist and the fundamentalist, like, that just seems like a beautiful thing. Like, why wouldn't you? It's strange that the New Testament tells us to hold on to the traditions, and when